Well, I'm out of tack cloth, so I'm just gonna hit it with some water and a rag. Really, really barely damp rag. There's that Mod Podge. It has been over a month now. I didn't mean for it to take more than a month before, but it has now been more than a month. So this should be, the Mod Podge should be good and cured. I was just gonna leave that bit for last and hang this up on my as a shelf and just hit it with the spray can. Later, but since it's done, I can do it all at once. Very lightly damp. Get the dust off. Yeah, the nice thing about these crates is that, yeah, you gotta take down the splinters, but you don't have to sit there and sand and sand and sand so that it's like butter before you seal it, especially if I'm using a spray sealer. You don't get in all the nooks and crannies. So it's still rough, but not in a bad way. In a rustic, aged way, which I kind of like. Now you see where I did sand, and it did distress the lettering just a little bit because it was darker on the one side, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Adds to the ambiance. This. So I was kind of sad that I wasn't going to be able to seal this. I got a little tent to spray paint things in the house, tried it, it sank right through the floor into the wife's bedroom and nearly choked her out. So no spray painting in the house, so I thought maybe I wasn't going to be able to do this, but we got a nice warm week now after that crazy cold week. I'm just going to do this. Now it says in the instructions to spray it so it's good and wet with the sealer, but not so much that it's dripping. So pretty much like any other spray paint. A little bit of an overlap on each swipe. And I'm trying to be very conscientious of getting in these corners, because that's where dust likes to sit, and that's going to be tough to clean off in the future. Putting it in the kitchen. Oh, a bit of dust. There. But this doesn't have to be water resistant or anything. I'm not using it like an end table or anything where there's a chance that something wet would be set on it. So it doesn't have to be too much. Ooh, that's bringing out the grain really nice. You can see that. Oh, nice, that grain is coming through. It might be cheap wood, but it's still wood, and it's beautiful. So if I wanted to go a little bit more water resistant, I would have used the spar urethane instead of the just satin urethane. But I've discovered that the spar urethane does like to yellow wood. And this wood is a little yellow already, it being a lighter pipe. So I didn't really want to do that. And again, since it doesn't have to be waterproof, just overlap each swipe, it said, and did I do the side? No, I didn't. Try to keep track. That is one thing about working with these kind of projects, is you've got to really remember, okay, did I sand that side too, and the underside of that side, and the top of that side, and the back side of that side? And it's not a crisis if you forget something, because you can always go back, but it does, you know, make you have to go back and take care of something that you thought you were done with. So, get this, even though it's, so it's fast drying, but how fast? The coat within 20 hours, or 2 hours, and then completely dry in 24. Now I'm going to hit the back of this, but I'm not going to hit it hard because that's going to be against the wall anyway. This is really nice because I can get a decent coat on here without it dripping. It was kind of hard to get a thick coat, but at the same time, not so thick that it was going to drip on my other projects. But like any other spray paint, I had to wait till it came up to 70 degrees outside. Spray paint really doesn't like to adhere below 70 degrees, or so I read. I'm trying to avoid having that first-hand experience a bit. So, this is why you wear gloves. You never know what angle you're going to be holding something at. Even the cheapest, crappiest gloves you can find help a little bit. Okay. And looks like I can hit a little more here. So, here we go. First coat. Get this really good. Save the sticker. I didn't save it as much as I wanted to, but it's still pretty neat. Nice splash of color. All right, let that dry. Second coat, and I'll show you what it looks like on the wall. Okay, so final product. Mounted it up here. Went vertical with it, so I can see the writing on the sides. That's going to be all my T's. You know, it's not a super duper heavyweight thing, so I don't want to overweight it. But plenty of T. And you can see under here, I did stabilize the sticker, so when I take it down off the wall at some point, I will be able to show off the sticker somewhere else. But there
there it is. All that work, but a pretty cool shelf for my coffee and tea station. All right, well, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.